Oh, jeez. All right, welcome back, everybody. More or less,
Hi.
Aaron is giving me advice to switch out sticky notes to different shapes, so I never stop noticing them. So, all right. Rick, go ahead, make my life miserable.
Right, can I look him up and down first to judge like what kind of armor he's wearing?
Absolutely, you're more than welcome to do so. You can make me a. You're gonna have to take a penalty to this, a -2, because the bang and everything that just happened. But obviously, you saw them before. A lore -2, or sorry, to armor intelligence -2.
I was about to say, I was gonna try and persuade you. Could it be armor intelligence? So that works for me.
6 is
Ow.
what you needed. 6 is always the minimum to succeed. So unfortunately, if you weren't, getting exploded at, you probably would have noticed, no problem. All right, so
That's fine.
You can't
I'm gonna hit him.
Sure.
I'm gonna hit him hard.
Yep. This is you still have one more round of this, right? Because it lasts for 2 rounds right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Your gunner ability. Cool. Go right ahead, sir.
So I'm gonna hit him with 2 bursts.
Oh, sexy. All right. First one. Don't forget. Hold on. You said 2 bursts. How many rounds does your gun actually hold at max?
9. I only fired the 1 at the pack.
No, you fired afterwards at him, didn't you?
No, that's when I interrupted you and said you need to roll evasion saves for everyone.
Oh,
Because I'm trying to be fair here.
You never made out your second attack roll against him.
No, I probably would have hold off anyway, because
Okay.
that's why I didn't bring it
That's
up
fine.
again.
All right, cool. You're good. So
Because I don't have to do it, but I can do it.
Yep.
So yeah,
This is
probably
gonna
hold
burn
off.
out your gun to overheat. So go ahead. Ooh, that's a
It does do that though, so.
that was a hit. So roll your damage. Oh, that's
Ooh.
garbage damage though. So he
It
does.
didn't add the burst, so that's still a 9.
Oh, that's 9. Okay, so I will tell you with that 9, all of a sudden you see you pop his shields.
Cool.
Second attack against him.
That's gonna be a -2 because I'm using burst, but I'm also having a -4.
Correct.
Hmm.
13. Do you want to use Party Pool of Luck, or are you happy with your 13?
No, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. All your Party Pool of Luck. Oh!
Oh, for God's sake!
Yes! So you're down to, you lose a Party Pool of Luck, and you still miss him anyways. Oh,
Fucking hell, I never have any luck with those.
oh, that's amazing. So it's Party Pool of No Luck? Awesome. So you missed with that one. And that's going to bring us to... 1 second, sorry. All right, that's going to bring us... Oh, the sniper doesn't have a turn anymore. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not feeling very well.
No. So now it's the other guy's turn. So he has his assault rifle out. So he's going to kind of like, the explosion, everything happened. He's kind of like recoiled. He took the bullets. Shields are popped. So he's actually going to rush up forward, attacking at you as he rushes forward, then kind of duck behind some cover from where he is. So rushing up forward to attack you. Rick, your shields haven't had time to start recharging yet.
No, that's fine.
He burst fired twice so far, right? So he's going to...
Yeah, he burst fire twice at Icarus.
Correct. And he's going to do a third burst fire against you. You have no cover or anything. So, I'm going to hit you, most likely.
I mean, you can try.
No! Come on! I have such a big bonus!
I have such a big AC.
A 7 became a 15. It's a really big bonus! And I still missed you. God damn it. So, you see that as he's rushing forward at you, as he's firing, he drops and takes some cover with the gun. It drops that low and takes cover with the gun. It is now your turn, sir. He's probably about 8 or 9 meters away from you behind cover. Okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna slide my
Hold on,
overheating
actually,
rifle
it's specialist.
into
We're
the
gonna
ship.
remove that person from initiative. And now it's Icarus's turn. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So, what's going on?
More or less, right outside the ship, Rick is standing like literally right outside the ship in the doorway, firing at a guy who's also firing back. And he just like, if you kind of glance, you can see he just took cover about 8 or 9 meters away behind cover.
Erin, would you say you would have stashed one of your weapons near the airlock?
Yeah.
Is that an assault rifle, perchance?
I mean, all I had was extra assault rifles from when I took.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna
So-
put down the box neatly on like a side table, and then I'm gonna get one of those, and then I'm gonna join him.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stay like actually in the door frame.
So that's going to be your whole turn because you have to go and get it and everything. So you put down the box, you walk over, you kind of like reach up and hit like a panel, which causes the panel to like kind of like tilt, almost like a seesaw. And the rifle comes sliding down. You grab it. Yeah. The panel goes sliding back up into place, and you walk over with the assault rifle. And then that's your turn, is getting that ready. Awesome. All right, Robo Man. Go ahead.
Right, I slide my assault rifle that's now overheating into the ship.
Yep.
Because, gotta keep it safe.
Yep.
I pull out my laser rifle.
Oh,
I move around to flank him. And I'm gonna shoot him with a burst.
Oh, Christ. Oh, you suck. Laser rifles, by the way, are way better against shields. Oh. Do you use a party pool of luck?
Yes.
Since you know that a 14 misses from last turn.
And I'm not gonna roll a 1.
Ah, you hit him.
I very much hit him, yes. And that's gonna be with a +2 and then divided by 2, I think. Because you said armor, or like armor is more effective against it. Something back.
Correct. So armor, it does half damage against armor. Funny enough, so that's +2 is 14. And then its armor is double effective. So something that's divided by 2, it's whatever his DR is multiplied by 2 against it. So you do harm him, but a lot less than you would have thought. Oh, why does this guy say current health is at 2? He never took damage. That's weird. But that's okay. I got it right now. So, and then he did 2 damage.
Maybe he was injured beforehand.
Yeah.
Got.
No, before the combat. From what?
Yeah.
From working out. It's like,
From his job.
yeah, maybe. All right.
He's got an unhealthy lifestyle.
All right, so Erin, I'm gonna have we're gonna go one more round. So at the end of this initiative order, so after Icarus goes, you're gonna be able to roll into initiative, but you're still gonna be 40 meters away from where the combat is. Okay. All right. So sorry to keep you waiting for forever.
No worries.
So anyways, so that's his. Now it's the other guy's turn. The other guy, clearly his rifle is not up to par anymore. So he's actually going to drop his rifle onto the ground, pull out his pistol, and stand up and kind of like come walking at you with his pistol.
All right, we're gonna have that point in Mass Effect where we've all overheated our weapons, we're all walking at each other, cowboy style.
Yeah. So he's literally, and now it's like there's no
It's
cover
fine,
between
dude.
you and him because he sees that you pulled out a laser rifle. There's no cover between you and him. He's just kind of coming at you.
I can keep pulling weapons out all day. Come at me, bro.
All right, so here we go. Damn it! Come on!
Would you like to use a party pool? Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, come on! I can't hit you, Rick. So as he's coming at you and he's blasting at you with the rifle, you're just kind of like moving out of the way, trying to stay out of the way of the bullets. But you're also your Mass Effect shield is allowing them to kind of like skim off of you and ting off to the side, putting craters into the various bits of stuff that's all around.
I make it worse. I'm taunting him. I'm like doing the boxing thing where you're like shoving and punching the air, just taunting him.
Icarus engaged.
I have no idea the stats of a standard assault rifle. Oh no, I have.
2d8
I have
plus
one
2.
on me. I had one on me. I just wasted a turn. Rip. Oh well. It was cool. I am going to shoot at this person with my gun that
Would
I
have been
have.
funny if like Rick grabbed one off of your back for himself.
No, I think I picked one up, but I'm not carrying it on me because it's probably too heavy because I'm already sort of teetering on the weight
Yeah,
limit.
the sniper rifle is quite heavy.
I spray like a mafia member in a bad movie.
Did you burst fire to get a +2?
No, but it won't help.
Okay, that's fine. It does give you a +2, just so you know in the future.
I mean, you might as well.
Someone in chat did suggest I should have my own pool of luck. Maybe I should add that in there.
That's actually a
The
good
DM
idea.
pool of
Maybe
fuck
make
you.
them,
Yeah.
maybe make them cheaper too.
A pool of fuck.
Yeah. Oh.
There we
But I'll do
go.
an asterisk instead. So.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, that is Icarus's turn. Aaron, you are now able to roll into initiative. Don't forget to click your token. I finally fixed that thing for Rick, by the way. his it's a token action now, and he has a macro to make sure he has his correct initiative rolling.
Yep.
Okay, I got you in here, Constantinia.
Still
You can
can't
do
use
five
multiple
points.
ship weapons though.
So Constantinia, more or less, what it was is you at this point kind of climb up. It was just before Icarus made that bad shot. You finally climb up to where the door is. You grab the thing, rip it open, and like step out and onto the platform. Unfortunately, Sid is not anywhere near as athletic as you are, and is still like a good bit down there. Like I saw, like 20 meters down behind you. So it's gonna take Sid forever to get up here. But you come climbing through the doorway. You're 40 meters from where you see combat happening. There's some cover between here and there because of all the shit that happens. For the first time, Constantinia, somebody can actually see the damage and everything that took place because of the explosion. I'll describe that to you in a second. First, let's see if Carmine can shore things up. Carmine, this guy kind of cowboy style, like you said, comes walking at you with his pistol. Is firing at you. You guys are about 3 meters from one another. And he's coming at you. Imagine that, 9-10 feet apart, just like open shooting at each other because you're like, my armor will protect me. I'm more badass than that motherfucker. So, go ahead.
I can't fire my burst. I can't burst fire my pistol, can I?
No, you cannot. It's not without a special ability.
Oh, I'm gonna put down my laser rifle. I'm gonna pull out my pistol. I'm gonna shoot him. 'Cause I can. Or not.
Okay. That is a really bad roll, Rick. Now, please remind me. Do I allow for critical failures in this game, Ollie?
No, I don't believe so.
No, not for attack rolls, only for skill checks. So, because it's less likely in a skill check. So, anyways, you just miss horribly with your heavy pistol. Why didn't you use your laser rifle?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
Okay, so you just kind of like, did you drop it or did you store it away?
I neatly put it down.
Okay, so you put it on the ground and then you pulled that thing out quickly. All right, cool. That is a miss, a terrible, terrible miss because he was closing in too quickly to you. He's actually going to close up. So it's one of those, like, now he's going to move to get behind cover. But, like, again, there's, like, only about 7 or 8 feet between you guys. And he's finally taking some cover. So he actually has cover from you, but you don't from him. And he's going to pop up and poof, 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 and then drop back down. Firing at you with the pistol. I imagine on your turn you took some sort of cover, too. You know.
I don't really care. We're fighting mano a mano here.
Attack roll. Hit Rick. About time! Except it's been 2 rounds since Rick took damage, so he actually gains 2 shields between then and now. So don't forget to add that on you before I do my damage.
I have.
Alright. Did 8 points of damage to you. Dropped
That's
your shields.
bad damage now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Dropped your damage, your shields way back down. Awesome. And that is going to bring us to Constantinia's turn. Constantinia, when you go up there and you see like the fire and the smoke and everything happening, you see this explosion, you notice a few different things. One, not only did that like cause devastating damage to the metal inside here, you actually can see that the ship itself, the parts of the ship that connect to the actual base, have actually been damaged. And you can tell because the ship is now like, it's always a storm outside. So like as you're like moving up, you can actually see that ship itself is kind of like teetering. You can see that the metal is kind of bending up and down and it's teetering. And you're getting this idea, this impression that the hole in the side of the station that is open to connect to the ship is a little weak at the moment because the ship isn't very secure compared to the station.
And then our ship?
This is not your ship. This is the ship that was loading shit onto it beforehand.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, do I want to send the ship off into space? Or do
Remember,
I
you're
want
not
to
in
keep it for
space.
evidence?
You're still technically in the atmosphere of the gas giant. So, you know, not safe.
Can I see anybody in immediate danger?
You actually, from where you're standing right now, you cannot. But if you like want to move up, and then if you want to spend this turn moving up and looking around to like assess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna move up as quickly as you can, trying to avoid fires and danger and stuff like that to do a better job assessing. I'm gonna allow you to roll a perception check, but whether you succeed or fail, you're gonna see a bunch. You can roll me a wisdom one if you'd like. All right, cool. You actually get a good one. So when you look inside, you actually see the corpse of the person that we were describing beforehand that you haven't seen, the specialist person. But he has very similar armor to the one that was with you guys downstairs that you had, poisoned, right? So very similar to that person, or you had knocked out, choked out. Very similar armor. Inside the ship, you actually see there is a decent amount of damage inside the ship. There's a couple of other bodies strewn about. You can also see one of the canisters that are in there that was holding some sort of gas clearly has a leak because you can see like the fumes pouring out of it. It's helium-3, so it's one of those things. Is helium-3 poisonous or not? Probably so. Luckily, it's not explosive. You can also clearly tell now that you're standing here looking straight in, this thing is moving a considerable amount, and at some point in time, if like immediate repairs aren't done by a skilled person, it's very likely the ship is going to break off and leave a gaping hole into the atmosphere of this gas giant in the near future. Could be minutes, could be hours, but it's going to happen. You don't see anybody in the... Oh, wait. Did you see movement in that ship further down? You may have seen movement, but you don't think it was super dark clothes like the person that's lying dead there. You think it was like lighter blue colored, like the people that were loading it.
Okay.
So
that's my turn, right?
correct, unless you choose to shout something out. Nobody seems to know that heavy person that's over there does not know that you're here yet. They're too engaged in a melee firefight with Rick. So that also means Rick and Icarus haven't noticed you either. Icarus, your turn.
I'm gonna keep on spraying. This time I will use burst fire because I need the help.
It gives you +2 chance to hit, +2 damage.
That's a 0.
Did
no,
you press
it's a 9.
+2 instead of 2?
Of course I did, because I use my brain when I'm doing things.
Sounds like you don't.
I use my heart. Sorry. But that was a 9, so still a miss.
You have no dexterity modifier and no attack bonus?
Nope. Nope.
Really? No attack bonus?
I have an attack bonus of 1.
Oh, okay. So it would have been a 10 then.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, still not good enough. So, moving on. You...
I'm not built for combat.
I am. Very much so.
So, Rick, you, not Rick, sorry. Yeah, actually, Rick. Icarus, you, spray. You try shooting the area. Your bullets, almost hit, but definitely miss, this target as much as they almost hit, and definitely miss, Carmine. So, Carmine, it's now your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna move around his cover
So,
that we're standing face to face again.
So you're talking like 1 meter between you two. You're not quite engaged, but you're really fucking close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just staring at him now. I'm gonna shoot him again.
You could
Surprise,
do engaged
surprise.
if you'd like. It imposes a -4 to your attack roll because you're using a pistol engaged. But at least he gets the same penalties against you.
Yeah, I can't really be bothered.
Sure.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Sure. Oh,
There we go.
teetered off that one. It was so close to that one. That actually is a hit, sir. 12 points of damage with not a laser rifle, so that is significant amount of damage. That person is actually still standing.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know. You'll know why later on. So,
Yeah, tsunami. I figured.
So he's still standing there, and it's one of those things where he's kind of getting fed up with your bullshit. So he actually is going to grab a grenade and pull the pin and literally drop the grenade right at your feet. Like literally right at your feet. And then just kind of like start swinging or engaging at you. Not to the point where he's actually able to attack you. It's like pull the grenade, drop the pin. But he's going to start swinging and engaging at you to the point where if you tried to get away, he'd be able to get you. He'd be able to grab you and like pull you down. So he's literally like, let's play it let's heighten the stakes, motherfucker. And drops a grenade right between you guys and engages you. It's one of those, you've never seen anybody do this before. This is psychotic. This is suicidal. That is his turn. Constantinia, you were focused in there, so roll me a perception check to see if you saw exactly what just happened over there. Same. You actually did. You noticed that there's a firefight. You're kind of looking that way, and you see the guy drop a grenade and more or less start grappling at or grabbing at Carmine. And you're like, what the fuck? What situation do you want to handle and how?
So situations are Carmine being attacked or the whole. Can you explain that again?
So there is no hole quite just yet, but like more or less where the ship is docked, the ship is waving around instead of being stationary with the ship. At some point in time, that metal is going to give way and open up to the atmosphere.
Right.
But you don't know if it's minutes or hours.
I would like to address that problem, but I don't know how.
Why don't you roll me? Yeah. For ships, I always do roll me a lore intelligence check, which I don't think is your strength, sadly.
Nah. Let's see. I mean, intelligence is fine, but...
Actually, it's not bad. So it does look like if you were able to get this hangar bay door shut, it is injured. But if you're able to get the hangar bay door shut, because the way like the things work is there's the hangar door and then there's the airlock door. So those are two separate entities. If you're able to close the hangar door, then if that thing breaks open, it should be able to hold the thing safe, right? You should be able to be safe.
All right, well, I'm going to try. Is that a decryption, or can I use, like, a strength check? Try to, like, force it closed. And can I do it this turn, or does, like, noticing the problem and moving towards it take up my whole action?
No. That definitely does not take up your action. You can definitely go up and try to close it. I imagine the what would be the smart thing to do would try to close it electronically, and then if you can't, try to physically.
All right, so is that decryption or electronics?
Do electronics, please.
Okay. Intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn it. So you go over to the thing, you're trying to hammer away at the buttons. Unfortunately, the explosion actually also fried the terminal. So the terminal is very, very, very difficult to use. The interface is off. You're more or less like, shit, the terminal's not working. And so you start trying to like grab wires and kind of like get it to work with wires because you understand basic electronics. You've done it before. Yeah. But you just can't get the... Like, damn it, humans use colors on a spectrum that I can't see. And unfortunately, that is Constantinia's turn. Oculus. There's a grenade at their feet, and they're wrestling each other, or almost wrestling each other.
What are the rules to shooting into a wrestle?
You're going to take penalties. And if you roll a natty 1, you're going to hit Rick. Or there's a chance you'll hit Rick.
The grenade is under them?
Yeah, he literally dropped it at his feet and then like grabbed at the guy.
I have an idea.
Yeah, but Oculus doesn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
This is a sticky wicket. So there's no way I can just grab the grenade because they're on top of it.
It's like magnets, force pull.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how it
and then
works.
Rick comes by his arm.
If I could,
if only somebody took biotics.
Yeah, exactly. This is the one situation with biotics. I'm actually not strong enough to yank these men off each other.
No.
I
know. I've read that scenario before. Boys, get off.
That was yeah. Yeah, I don't, and there's no other bad guys, so I'm actually just going to retreat back as far as I can into the ship.
Yeah. So you don't need to go very far to make sure you're safe from the grenade. You just kind of like back up enough, and you know that the grenade's not going to harm the door so much.
I'm going to try and go to the command center of the ship, also known by most humans as a bridge, and turn the key.
Oh, okay. So you want to just go and start like the powering up. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you just make your way to the, and then because of the size, the sheer size of the ship, I believe.
Yeah, that's maybe a turn, maybe two. I don't know the scale of this.
So it scales 1 for 1. 1 square equals 1. And just so you guys know,
I don't know how far you can move in Stars right now because we've already done Theater of the Mind.
The typical airlock, just so you guys know, is right here where I'm pinging.
Oh, I thought it was down here.
But you are because of the loading bit. This is actually because this is a so I'm gonna ping you over here.
Cargo.
This is the cargo load because you're at a facility where you typically airlock to the cargo. So that's actually the airlock that you're using right now, which is why I knew that Erin had a gun right there. She specifically put a red dot there forever ago, right? But anyways, the typical airlock is that one up there. not
So it's
dangerous.
more or less 60 feet. How much do you walk in a turn?
It's 10 meters or 10 squares per thing.
Why don't you have this set to feet, Scott?
Because we don't ever use the map. Okay.
I know, but
This is the one European.
this is the
show.
one time.
Yeah. I will. I'll set it to squares for you right now. It says type square. I'm gonna do it right now.
It's not very hard to
meter,
do.
Unit 1, and okay. There you go. Now you can measure.
Each square is a meter. So how far do you move again? So this
10.
is 15. So yeah, I can get across the other side of the cargo bay, which is
Absolutely.
probably a good idea.
Yep. So you're gonna.
Although
get
I
over
could
there,
argue
just-
I was sort of standing around here, which means I could get into the either way into next turn before I can do
You can
anything.
double move. Don't forget. So you can get.
So
all
I'm
way
in
to
the bridge, but I probably can't do anything yet.
Exactly. Perfect. All right.
Yeah,
Let's get back
cool.
to where we were. So thank you, Ollie. That's your turn. It's now Carmine's turn. There's a grenade at your feet. So it hasn't gone off yet, miraculously, but grenades always go off in 1 to 4 rounds. And,
Yeah.
shit. And this is number 4. Where am I over here? There we go. I messed up the overlay. There we go. So it always goes off in 1 to 4 rounds. This is round number 4. So it's, now or never.
I mean, Chad suggested I throw another grenade at the grenade, or a spare rifle at it
no,
to
I
chuck
think they were
it
saying
away.
Icarus to throw eh.
No.
I
I've
think
got all
that
the
was a
grenades.
Rick. I think that was for Rick.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
that was for me.
I mean, maybe because one of them said Rick.
All right.
But never mind.
I can only barely read it, so because obviously I'm focused on all of this.
You've got
If I
so
were to-
much going on.
So
If I were to say, I don't
three
know,
screens.
if I were to put another man's body in the way of the grenade, would that help soak some of the damage?
Oh, absolutely! Didn't you ever watch Captain America?
Yeah, but I'm just asking. Right, I'm gonna make a melee check. I'm gonna use a party pool of luck. At least I hope it's a melee check. I'm gonna wrestle this fucker to the ground and make him metaphorically eat the grenade.
Okay. More or less making him auto-fail his save at close range and absorb the shock for you, so you take none. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use party pool of luck for that. So that's a 3d6. Drop lowest 1. I wrestle boy to the ground.
He gets a counter,
He does get a counter.
Roll.
Go for it.
just because
That's a pretty good roll.
You rolled successful enough to not just successfully win the grapple, but you actually rolled well enough to get him to the ground. But he does get a moment to try to fight back. This is gonna go well for me.
I mean, there is a chance.
No. Oh, that's amazing. I got double sixes. I got double sixes. Oh. Sorry, I got way too excited just now.
We're not
No,
happy.
it's fine. I'm perfectly happy to let you have this one. It's not going to kill me anyway, so I'm just going to okay, we'll play that game.
Oh, God. Where are you? Why aren't you working? Click. Click. Oh, because I'm on measure and not click. Carmine. All right. So, okay. So he's actually, you tried, because he critically succeeded. Not just succeeded, critically succeeded. He actually grabs you, and so you try to wrestle the guy to the ground, and you actually get him twisted backwards. So it's actually pulled back, way, way, way back. And then all of a sudden, because he's very strong upper body strength, you already saw this at the gym before, and you're a lot weaker than he is. He's seen your body, he's seen the weight of your body, how it's distributed because of the metal you took your shirt off, right? So all of a sudden, he pulls one of his feet back to completely change his balance, overbalancing him, and you're like, I got this fucker. And as you try to finish the push down, he actually flips you over him, straight upper body strength, onto your back so that you're the fucker on the grenade. Oh! Yes! Oh! Explosion. Rick, can you roll me 3d6 damage, please? Oh, I love it when you hurt yourself.
Oof.
Okay, how many shields did you have left?
5.
Okay, so boom, that brings us to 11. What's your DR?
5.
God, that's a lot. So that
Yeah.
brings it to 6. What's your health?
19.
Jesus Christ! Okay, so you're still...
Why do you think I went for the grapple? Because I don't care.
So you grab the guy, you try to pull him down, he puts you on the grenade, the explosion happens, boom, Immediately your shields pop. Your armor gets exploded in the back. Tons of damage is done to your armor. That's something to address later on. Tons of damage is done to your armor, leaving like a crater, a hole, whatever, in the back of your armor. And you feel all the shrapnel start to hit into your body. Luckily for you, you have that duratanium flesh that was able to absorb most of it. Hopefully it didn't get bent or warped by this, because that's not easy to fix. Anyways, so you actually survive lying down on the grenade as it goes off because of the quality of your armor and stuff. Oh, God, that is scary. But now it's actually his turn, and you're lying on the ground, and so he's going to get his Omni blade out, and he's going to thrust down at you on the ground, giving him a bonus to the attack. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's hurt this motherfucker. No! Come on! You're lying on the ground!
You know, I still have 5 like armor like resist, so you needed to roll like a 6 or a 7 to even do anything anyway.
Come on! This is ridiculous. I mean, Jesus. Why is my chance to hit so low anyways? Oh, that's right, because he doesn't have a typical modifier with that. That's not his primary form of attack. So he tries to stab at you with the weapon, and it doesn't work. So he tries to stab you with the weapon, and you actually, so as he throws down with the Omni Blade, you actually kind of like grab the hand and like, you know, doing that struggle back for a second, and then move it to the side so it stabs into the ground, put like a crack up the Omni Blade. He realizes this isn't the best way to go about it, so he actually is going to move back. He doesn't have to worry about disengage because you're not armed for melee at the moment. So he actually is going to move back over to where his rifle is on the ground, and he's like, as his turn ends, he's like bending over to pick up his rifle that's now on the ground, has been cooling down for a little bit of time. So, Constantinia, it's your turn. You would you like to try to close this door again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I make another decryption check?
There would be electronics, correct?
Electronics, yeah.
Sorry, Aaron. It's I think the same roll twice. Sorry. It's
not even that bad a roll. That's the sad thing.
I know.
It's just like not good enough.
Yeah.
Icarus, tick, 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 tick. Ship starts powering online. It's going to take 2 rounds for it to come online.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. So that is your action. You can start moving if you'd like, if you want to like try to make your way back into that room.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. So you get the sequence underway, and you get up and you start moving there. So you're halfway there. Next turn, you'll be able to move and attack if you care to. Okay. This gets you back to you, Carmine. This epic battle that's going on for forever.
I probably saved his life by trying to grapple him.
Okay, so he's currently bent over trying to pick up the rifle from the ground. He's pretty close to you, but you're actually on your back at the moment. A bit sore. Ugh.
Yeah. I still have my pistol, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna start, like, I spend like half my move to get up, I think.
Yeah.
And then I just move towards him, and I'm gonna fire at him.
Just kind of like blat, blat, blat as you're walking towards him. Awesome.
Yep.
Make your attack roll, sir. That's a hit. Roll your damage. What's that? 11 damage. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jesus Christ, he's still alive. So.
Wait, what?
More or less, you're shooting at him, and he's taking these hits like as like the shots are hitting against his armor. Clearly, the shots are getting through the armor and hurting him. But this guy is made out of pure rage and adrenaline right now, and so he's like taking these hits and it not taking them well. So it's actually, as he's taking the hits, he finishes grabbing the gun, picking up the rifle, and whipping back around your direction. And this is when he's going to open up fire with his assault rifle, and he's going to burst fire at you too.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. A sane person would have run away by now, but this is no sane person.
I kind of feel like you're talking to me here.
Come on! Kind of both. So we'll talk about it afterwards. So anyways, I missed again! So the way I'm describing this is more or less as you were walking forward shooting with the gun, finally he gets the rifle up and he turns around, but by the time he starts firing, you actually see that he's about to pull the trigger. So you actually take like a 2-step lunge forward and just kind of like smack the rifle out of the way. So it's like, and so it misses with the attack because it just kind of sprays the wall and the ceiling all around. One of the erroneous bullets kind of goes over where Constantinia is. Constantinia, it is going to be your turn again.
Yep.
At this point in time, you actually see Sid is finally at the top of the elevator and is kind of like rushing her way over towards you.
So I'm just gonna try to keep it stable for as long as I can until she can get here.
Okay, awesome.
Same roll?
Yep. Do you want to? I'm gonna ask you. Do you want to make this roll by yourself, or do you want to just give Sid a benefit on this roll?
I would like to give Sid a benefit as well.
Okay, so you don't have to roll, and I will take care of it in a moment. So we're gonna have Ikelis go, and then I'm gonna roll Sid in as initiative 0. So where is Sid?
I like what everyone's doing their calm thing. I'm having this epic death battle 1-on-1. Duels of Fate is playing in the
You've been having this
background.
fight so long that I left and have now come back to help you.
Yep. It is an insanely long fight.
It's like we're playing fucking Dota.
Yeah. So anyways, it's now your turn, Ikelis.
Yeah,
And
I'm
like
gonna
you
run
said-
back to the doorway, to the cargo doors and shoot at the dude.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
I'm gonna burst fire.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Nice.
Roll your damage,
Yeah.
sir. Are you gonna
Nice.
kill? Are you gonna kill Steel?
It has an extra +2 on top of this.
Okay, so that's going to be 11 times 2 is 22 points of damage. 22
kill
take away 6 is okay. Yeah. Ollie, I will allow you to describe this stolen kill.
They were fighting. They scrabbled.
Yep.
They got up. They went all their other way. Ikelis just runs back down to the cargo bay doors, and sort of doesn't even take a moment, like almost again Tommy gun style, because he doesn't need to line it up or anything. Just sort of sprays until there's no ammo left in the gun. He doesn't know how to use guns. And eventually, I think the guy stops moving, and then he kind of looks at Carmine and's like, "Are you good?"
I felt better. Would have also felt worse.
I've never felt so alive.
I mean, that was a pretty fun scrap. Minus the almost dying.
The ship is being warmed up. We will be ready to leave soon.
Excellent. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna collect all my guns.
hold on 1 second before you worry about that. Before you start grabbing stuff. So we're gonna roll this with this and this. Sid also rolled like garbage. Jesus, I just rolled so poorly.
That's not you.
Oh, I should have rolled Party Pool of Luck. Sid totally would have. But I'm not going to just re-roll. I'm just going to add an additional d6.
You have a DM. You don't need to follow your own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
So that's going to be 2 higher as a 10. Okay, that's fine. So I just think I screwed with that. I did. God damn it. Hold on 1 second. Clicking buttons all over the place. All right, deleting one of you. Cool, down to 1 over there. And back to combat. Okay, so all of a sudden Sid comes up and shuts the, gets up, and the cargo door mostly shuts. But as the cargo door mostly shuts, Aaron, so you see it, so it's actually, and it stays open for the whole, like, 4 meter wide distance. It stays open by about 1.5 feet. Unfortunately, in closing the door, it actually, you heard lots of metal and creaking and banging, and you guys over there just finished your combat, and you heard all this ripping and creaking of metal and everything. And when that happens, Aaron, you can see through the doorway that the ship is now waving, like, ridiculously, and as it, like, waves down, things are fine. But as the ship starts to wave up, all of a sudden you start to see, like a vortex of air as, like, the atmosphere from the outside is starting to come inside, and you're, like, in front of this doorway, which also has that vortex of, like, heat and radiation and everything coming off that planet. And you're like, oh shit! Luckily you have your suit on, so you can be like, and be safe. But not for long. So inside the ship, like through that little passageway, you see one of those living crew members come rushing over, and they're like furiously tapping at their own thing, trying to close their door on the inside so they don't all get vacuumed out to space. What do you holler out to the rest of the crew?
How do I fix? I don't know. How do I fix this? Scott.
I mean, it's a really good question. To give some suggestions, you could
I need to
theoretically
shut the door, right?
you could theoretically try to, like, force the door shut. There's also ways to like temporarily fill patches. There's things like that exist because sometimes explosions happen in space. So on ships or whatever. So there's ways to temporarily patch ships. Omnigel is one of the best ways to do it for like a really quick temp fix. It's just like and like let that stick.
I don't think I have any. I know Sid does.
Oh,
See,
Sid
this
does.
is why I always bring Omnigel.
It has like at least 3.
Yeah, we gave her some for fixing Icarus.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say 1
She
meter.
just stuck it in her pockets. Not
So
even in.
I'm
packet.
going to order her to seal that hole while I try to physically force it closed.
Okay. Sid is a little upset by the quote-unquote ordering to do something, but as the next gust of air comes by, doesn't argue, just gives a little snarkiness, and starts trying to like put Omnigel on the thing. So again, it's going to take some Omnigel for each. So Sid, if Sid has 3, which is not on the character sheet, if Sid has 3, that's not going to be enough to seal the thing up. So Sid starts doing it, but very quickly says to you, "I don't have enough."
So I'm going to try to force it closed as much as I can.
Okay.
Right.
Just try to like grab the thing and just like.
Yeah.
It's not easy, you know what I mean? But you can make
Yeah.
an exert physical check. Do you call anything out to the rest of the crew or no?
What do you mean by physical? Can I use dexterity or strength?
It's gonna have to be strength.
Yeah, I need this closed now. To anybody who's trying to help me.
Okay. So she kind of calls it. So as Rick is standing over this first guy's body, and he sees like this nice assault rifle he had just picked up, Rick kind of picks up the assault rifle, looks over there, and see them furiously try to work on something, and then sees the gas, the gush of air come in, and like, oh shit.
I'm gonna pop my helmet. I'm gonna run over.
Okay,
I made the roll, but it's not showing up on roll 20.
that's weird.
I
Just
make it
give it a
again?
second. Yeah, just give it a
Yeah.
second. It's probably just a moment to
Sometimes
load.
it needs
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and for you, so I'll just waste time by talking. And for you, Ollie, you also, as like that's kind of happening, you see him pick up the rifle, and you had the words that you said. You all of a sudden get like an alert on your sensors, and you kind of like look that way, and you can see the exchange of gases that are over there is extremely poisonous to most organics, and so you're like, this isn't safe.
I'm not gonna go and help. I'm gonna stay at like the door of the ship.
Okay. So Constantinia grabs the portions of the ship and is trying to like trying to close them as much as possible. It is not helping. What do you do, Rick?
I'm probably gonna help physically. Because I just checked, I don't actually have Omnigel. Yeah, I did buy some, so I must have given that to Sid then, because I definitely got
I know for
some.
a fact you bought some. You probably just didn't mark it on your
I
character
think
sheet.
maybe Frank just didn't write it on his inventory properly because we gave a lot to.
I'm pretty sure Rick bought 5, and I'm pretty sure Sid bought 3 at the end of last session or 2 sessions ago, whatever.
I don't know if it's possible, Rick, but maybe you could damage like the support for like me pulling it down, like the little riggings, like to where it's like that would hold it in place.
You basically want to break the thing that would take it back up so that
Yeah.
it like forces closed.
Exactly. That might be easier than both of us trying to force it down.
Yeah, I can help with that.
I think
Okay.
it's demo charge in there.
I'd probably shoot it with the. Yeah, just shoot it with the heavy pistol.
Okay.
A scorching ray would suffice.
Ah. Oh, to those that get that joke, awesome. All right, so anyways, you go over there and you start blasting at this thing, trying to take it out. Rick, do me a favor, roll me a pistol check. It's going to be a pistol intelligence check, please, sir. It's actually not bad. So you start blasting at the thing, trying to like get the thing to break enough that you can pull at it. Constantinia, with that first success of his, I'm going to allow you to make this roll with a +1.
Okay.
Because I'm doing kind of like a cumulative thing. Oh, and Constantinia actually does a great job. So it's actually, you don't like you super hurt the thing, you just kind of like somewhat damage the hydraulics over there, but it was enough of an air leak that Constantinia was able to kind of like brace herself and get as much like form or whatever as possible and grab the 2 pieces of metal and just kind of like force them together. It doesn't actually fully shut the, doesn't actually fully seal the door, but it closes enough that, what's her name, Sid, doesn't have to waste so much gel on the vertical part of sealing off this thing. She can actually spread her gel out horizontally and finish sealing up this gap. So as those gusts of air are coming in, finally they're like sealed off. As for the fates of the people on the other side that are still furiously, and then another person kind of comes over with the actual like mask on because the first one died, and is also trying to like fix the other side of the ship. Who knows? You can't see them anymore. But
Not our problem.
not your problem, exactly. But we're going to take this second break with Carmine having shot those things. And as soon as she shuts the door, just immediately walks away and picking up the next weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to picking up my guns.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take
There's
our
a
next
lot of
break.
them.
And we'll be back in just a few moments, okay? All right, bye, everybody. There we go. Sorry. I was muted for a second there because it was like, click, darn you. Now it clicked. We're good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. How are we doing? Awesome. Glad to hear it. So you sealed the hangar bay door. Good job, children. Nobody's gonna die now. Well, at least on this
Except for that
side.
one dude.
Yeah.
As you say that we stand in an exploded hallway that's now no longer on fire, possibly.
So, Rick, you go around and you're gonna collect some stuff off of these peoples. So let's go to the sniper first and see what you find on this person. Okay?
Sure.
Close that. So going over to the sniper, what you're gonna find on them is because of everything that they experienced, you're gonna find that their body is injured. So
Yeah.
the light armor that they're wearing, if you choose to peel the clothing off of a corpse, which is a little freaky, the light armor that they're wearing is certainly damaged and needs repairs, similar to your own. They actually also have, just a quick look at it, they actually also have an M29 incisor, which is a really nifty sniper rifle because it actually has a burst setting for it, which is really nice. It actually has some modifications to it, so you can check that out when you see it. But it's an M29 incisor. They also happen to have on them a single other stim pack, which you pick it up and you look at it, you're like, I wonder what this is. I'll check it out later on. And a data pad.
So I just want to confirm these are the people that were the military grade people who are being contracted for something?
These are the baddies.
To which, the baddies, yeah. To which I would state we should probably not take the equipment off these people because anything they are carrying will be further evidence that they were in fact military grade.
We should search the data pad at least.
To our crowd. Yes. The data pad, yes, but like the armor, the weapon. We should not rob off the corpse.
I do kind of want that sniper rifle,
so
I can have more silly rifles.
The M29 incisor and the M15 Vindicator, those are the two weapons that are on these two visible people, because the other one got shut inside the ship, probably sucked out into the planet at this point. You can leave those behind, or you can take them. That is your call. She is suggesting, from her military background, don't take these things. These are evidence that are going to prove their guilt or their part in all of this. For when time comes, the information needs to come out. So do you?
I hate to be a bother, but we should leave now.
Yes.
That is probably the right thing
I
to do,
warmed her up for us.
Sid's gonna nod when you say that and just kind of like rush past you and get over to the command deck
Pilot.
and start kind of and get things ready for when it's time to,
I want to have a look at the data pad.
Okay, so you just kind of grab up the first person's data pad and you go tick 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 tick, tick, and you can see that obviously it's locked.
I'll hand it over to Icarus. Can you have a look?
I don't think we want to look at whatever's inside these things.
If you say so, and I chuck it back on the guy.
Okay. So
And I will then, at that point, take the black box to my room.
Okay, sure. And how about, so as it stands right now, the place is sealed up, so nobody else is going to die theoretically, as long as they can fix things soon enough, which they have the crew for it on the station. That's fine. The entire landing dock is fucked up because of the explosive that you did here, and you guys can get on your ship and you can leave. But there's still everybody else that's inside the facility. There's the one person that you poisoned, that has that you choked out and then poisons that's downstairs. Assuming that person survives, what's their part in this, so on and so forth. What's your guys' plan? Is it literally just get onto your ship and fly away?
Everyone wants to leave, apparently, so...
Okay.
Want to leave, apparently?
Okay.
It's a very good idea to leave right now.
Okay, so you leave behind everything. Carmine, of course, being very upset by it, but you choose to leave behind everything. I will tell you, though, and this is up to you guys if whether or not you think this is important, they do have credit chips on them. Chips that have
Taking them.
credit value. How do...
If we leave everything on them, we can say we were never really here for that long. We can say there was an accident. We were
Yeah,
so
that's
sneaky
true.
about
God damn
this.
it. You and your logic.
I'm just...
I mean, that's why I threw the dead pack.
It's
My
just a
thinking was they could
good-
explain it as there was an accident while loading.
Yeah, there was an accident. There were explosions going on. A hydrogen leak. We left because it wasn't safe.
Yeah, it's a sensible thing to do.
There you go. I mean, you guys don't know the story of what happened downstairs, but Constantina already knows the lies that were said and can easily kind of... And there's tons of that H3 in the atmosphere right now, not only because it did this open up to the actual planet's atmosphere, but literally there was a leak that was happening, so...
We can do our scientific scan and just skedaddle at this point.
There you go. So you guys get onto your ship. So it's kind of one of those, like, again, Carmine's like, fuck, and drops the data chip
We should
down.
at least ping our contacts, like, you know, the lady, and be like, hey, there might be some security footage you might have to meddle with a little bit. So that we can make it look like an accident.
Okay. She doesn't respond, but you can imagine she's very occupied at the moment.
Yeah.
So, all right.
And probably horrified when she comes to the scene.
But I would suggest taking the data pad just so we have further evidence.
So you want to take one, because there's 2 data pads, one on each of them. Do you want to take both of them or one?
What do you think, Carmen?
I think one might be enough.
One from the higher officer.
Yeah.
We can discern that.
I think
guys-
that's the heavy guy.
You guys won't be able to tell by uniform, but you can just guess that it's a heavy guy if you'd like, as opposed to a sniper, and you're welcome to grab
Yeah.
that. Awesome.
Okay.
So you grab that, you grab the data pad, and you get onto the onto your ship. So you guys go climbing onto the ship or whatever, and start going about. So is it one of those like Carmine? You go over straight to like So obviously, my apologies. What's her name? Sid immediately gets into the pilot's chair and starts like getting ready to like get the ship actually flying out of here. Ikelis, I imagine you actually go over to the sensors area to start kind of like taking care of all of that stuff. Constantinia, do you just start like taking care of cleanup of the ship, put the gun back, all those sorts of things?
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally, Carmine, you're going to, I imagine, just kind of like, not really assist her, but maybe take the other seat inside the captain's area. Inside so you're kind of like on the bridge with everybody else.
I would like to run the general scanner on their ship if possible.
That will be, Ikelis can take care of that. Not to
I would
devalue
I
your
would tell
character.
Ikelis to look at the data pad as well,
Okay.
even though he didn't want to.
That maybe isn't the best idea for immediately.
Not immediately, no, but eventually.
Okay, cool. So, Ikelis, do me a favor. Can you run me a quick sensor check right now? That's going to be a perception intelligence, please.
Beep boop.
So, one of the things that you notice is that their ship, actually, by the time you guys all get onto your ship and start taking away, their ship is already undocked from the station and is already starting to leave orbit of the planet. So by the time you guys get on, it's, Sid starts to undock. You're kind of like just running a quick sensor, see what's going on in the area, and you see their ship is actually already undocked and already leaving the planet's atmosphere.
Can you document that with time and potential video?
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely an option.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You want me to take a picture of their license plate as we
Yes,
go?
yes,
I can
exactly.
absolutely do that.
Enhance.
Thank you.
It's like a CSI. Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance again.
Great.
Well, every spaceship
Enhance.
has like their numbers painted on the side
yeah.
somewhere.
Of course.
So
absolutely.
it's actually a
They
good
have
idea.
a little
I didn't
cargo
think
bay
about it.
sticker.
Like
They have a little
timestamp that.
cargo bay sticker as well. It's like, I stop for gas giants.
Nah. Oh, jeez. Okay.
But do we actually want to let them leave? That's the thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They can carry word that it wasn't an accident.
It doesn't matter.
Space is big.
Alright, just...
I love that Ollie
Suggestions.
has to unmute himself, so like goes over to push to talk, like he's actually on like comms. He's like, "Space is big."
Hello, hello. This is the. Do we have a ship name?
Yeah,
yeah.
Vale, right?
Ugh,
Is
that name sucks. We should get a better name.
We should give it. a
Yeah, I
name.
think Sid decided on like the Tayorma Vale.
Yep.
We should veto that as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
Sid's ship technically. Sid's the,
It's a horrible
the captain,
name.
the pilot, and the
It's a
master.
bad...
Said it's a bad name.
Ollie, I don't.
First of
think
all,
Sid-
Franks calls their character Sid right after we have a character in the other show. So already, like, the whole false pretenses is blending together. Then you name it Vale. Like, everything Frank is naming is just ruining branding. If we were gonna have a wiki page, it would be very complicated right now.
Spelled differently. SYD.
Yeah.
Do you spell with your mouth?
VAIL VAYLE.
I mean, you are literally spelling with your mouth right now. Yeah, I guess.
No, Vayle. Okay?
I mean, you would know about the things he does with his mouth. So.
No, nobody would name their character Veil or Viel. That's a lame name. That's a crappy character. That's actually chaotic evil.
Stop giving him ideas, Scott. Yeah. He's gonna do it.
So, anyways, all right, moving on. We start flying around the because that you guys have permission to do it. You're like, we're just gonna go about business as usual. 2 days of searching around the planet. This is normal.
Yep.
So
yeah, I would send all the things back to the station like we were leaving in a totally normal way.
Okay. So I want from you, same as last time, 3 checks to analyze the planet. I believe the way that we did this beforehand was a typical check. This is going to be your because you're using your senses array. It's going to be the perception. Intelligence.
Is this the same day?
I imagine you guys same day are just gonna be like, we're just gonna go about business as usual. We don't know what happened. We totally.
I just didn't know how long it took to maneuver. I'm gonna use some processing then.
While we're like flying around the gas giant for a few days, I'm gonna have Sid like do maintenance on my armor and stuff.
Yep, we're gonna get to all that fun stuff in a second. I just want Michaelis to get these rolls out of the way. These are fucking gorgeous rolls, by the way. Okay.
They are.
That was sexy. Okay, so Icarus is going to fly around the planet and look to see if you can pick up any traces of the molecule that we were discussing beforehand, as well as, of course, finding a record as to whether or not there actually is still a large abundance of the He3 still here, the helium-3. So, to sum that up quickly, yes, there is still a great abundance of the helium-3 here. There's easily another decade worth of harvesting off of this planet that this facility will be able to benefit from. Okay? Did I just die?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I totally just like froze for a second.
I mean, I wish you did.
Ouch. Wow. That's rough. So, anyways,
them's the brakes, kid.
Searching for that other particle, of course, having your system which is designed to look for it, searching for it as much as possible, we actually find no traces of that ancient particle. That's
cool.
Okay.
I will send just a raw data copy to Barbara, and then make it basically a data chip so that we can give this with the other thing, and then when all that's done, I will look into the black box, but I would do it in such a way, and I don't remember the word for this, is a thing you can do in computing where you essentially have like you run everything through another computer, so if there's a virus, it goes into that instead.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what that's called, but I'll try to do that.
That's what you do when you watch like a lot of porn. You have like your computer that filters before it comes to actually, so you're good and safe, right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No, nobody else does that? No?
No.
Well, when you got like all the space porn,
yeah,
you want to be real careful.
Listen,
some of these viruses are sentient, so you want to be careful, and that's like canon.
Okay, so funny enough, when you're having this back and forth with Barbara, sending her the information, she actually comes up with an idea. She actually suggests, she's like, this particle that you were sending us information for, we never actually ran a diagnostics with the systems that we have here, which are updated. Not to mention, we do have Lepip here with us as well, who's kind of familiar with the legend of that particle. Perhaps, you can actually land back on the station and we can better research this particle in further detail. This is, of course, before you enter the black box and all that.
I believe that re-entering the station right now is an unwise idea, but perhaps in time.
It actually would not necessarily be a bad thing. We were able to use the cover-up, everything that you had suggested. We're able to use that. The cameras were damaged from the explosion.
How convenient.
The
My plan worked.
Were damaged from the explosion, so we just had a little bit of the footage from about a minute or so before the explosion erased as well. And then we, kind of did a recalibration of the timing of when one thing happened to the other. You would have to be really, really good at forensics to see that something was different here. I think it's a pretty clean job that was done. And we just tied that in with, again, the accident that happened downstairs and the leak that was upstairs. And, it was just one of those. There was a minor explosion that happened from everything. The people that were found, they're still being investigated as to why they were there and what was going on. But, it's been relatively quiet so far. It's been an internal investigation. So it's safe if you'd like to return to the station and better look into that particle.
I will ask my crew.
Absolutely, of course.
And put her on hold. Put some music on.
Okay.
And I'll basically say to the crew, it's like, we can have I assume we have to manually send this stuff to our client.
Yes, you will do that on your own, but you haven't even broken into it yet, so yes.
So either we give it that. I'm not assuming I need to give it to them broken into, but I might as well. Or we go back to them. I'm suggesting that we go give this to the client, then come back. Because then we're holding less important stuff on our ship and also money. But I don't know how long that will be, but probably not that long because we're in a fairly fast little area.
Sid's torn and says, on one hand, we're already here, so why go all the way over there to come all the way back? On the other hand, I like flying, so I don't mind going all the way in there. It's like that friend of yours that's like, let's go for 3 hours for a drive to get ice cream. I love that place. You know what I mean? Like, Sid's kind of like,
that is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. The idea is to give them the scan results for the particle, or are we gonna get the black box?
The whole question is, they want to go back, us to come back so we can research the particle. I'm saying we give the black box and all the information to our client who sent us here in the first place first.
That seems more time sensitive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where we have to go for that. I don't know if we were ever told where the drop-off is. So I imagine you got to send them a space email.
You actually, so the person that gave you the job is, you can actually set up a...
Exactly.
But you might want to, just because... So sorry, I just have this tickle ever since I did that green screen.
You blaming your green screen for you having a cough?
We message all of the Alliance, everybody we know. It's one mass email chain. Hey, we have sensitive information.
No.
Really, so funny.
So the issue is with sending. So you want to set up a meeting with them. You should easily just walk into your hollow area and sit down and set the email. However, Rick just knows this instinctively, so you don't have to worry about any rules for this. This is the system you're currently in. This cluster that you're currently in is super heavily regulated by the Alliance. Sorry.
They're killing him off. He knows too much.
Yeah. Super heavily regulated by the Alliance because this is the key to get to Earth. And this actual system that you're in, solar system that you're in, is where Benning is, where it gets all the food for the Arcturus station. God damn it. Excuse me 1 second.
you can see him trying to hold it in, trying to live, trying to survive.
Just casually dying over there.
God, it's so sad. So sad. Rip. It looks like I'm the DM now.
I hate when you have it during a meeting at work, and I can't stop coughing. It's I'm so sorry. Just give me a minute while I die. I did it at a convention once with a bunch of authors I really liked, and they're "Are you okay?" They stopped their reading, to be
Aww.
"Could you?"
Sorry about that.
Not be dying.
So you know that this actual system that you're in has Benning. Benning is where almost all the food that goes to Arcturus station comes from. So this whole place, is extremely policed, and you imagine that there's probably a lot of legal and illegal mining and overwatch of data files that happen. So if you choose to set up that call, it is possible that the Alliance will be able to tap in and listen to it. Though technically you are working for the Alliance, through a private party. So it's up to you.
Or we could set up a meeting, but we might be compromised. There's no guarantee that it's going to be entirely secure.
I still think that this is the most pragmatic idea. I don't want this thing on our ship any longer.
And
could
the
probably
sooner they know, the sooner they can act.
That is true.
We have nothing to hide. Do we?
Yeah. I mean, we could just go back and, like, it will help. Like, if the more we know about this particle, 'cause I assume that's what the Alliance are interested in, and that's why they're sending us to scan
The
gas,
Alliance
gas
have
giants.
no knowledge of this. That's an unrelated thing as
Yeah.
far as so far.
They
The
were
particle
concerned
thing is like a
about-
big long side quest, which is like go to 20 gas giants and scan them.
They were
This
concerned
is
about
to do with the helium.
Yeah.
mining.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's
Right.
those two things are unrelated. So there's like going back there is just because Le Pip is a specialist on that subject as well, knows more about that subject. So those two want to help us with it, but it's unrelated to what's going on right now, which is why I'm saying we should finish this job first.
Priority side quest, priority overarching quest.
Yeah.
You kind of want to finish that quest first, especially if it's going to come back and bite us later on.
We should just finish.
Okay, so you guys more or less want to establish that call. Do you do it while in the system, or do you want Sid to like jump to a nearby system first?
We should probably try to, like, break the defenses of the black box first.
Oh, before we even make that jump, I'm gonna have Ollie making rolls with the information that he finds. But so do you
I think
want
it's
to?
why not
Outside of
jump
the
away?
system, yeah, jump away first.
Okay,
Distance
Yeah.
ourselves from it, both metaphorically and literally.
awesome. So you guys don't need to necessarily leave this cluster, right? Because you happen to be in the. I just want to make sure I'm seeing the right name here. You guys happen to be in the Arcturus stream, but you don't have to be in the Arcturus system or in the other system that happens to be there, the one that you're in right now.
You just piss off somewhere in the middle of nowhere to send this call.
Yep. So you're just gonna exactly like that. You're just gonna go to some random star off to the side. So more or less gonna take like a day and a half hike. You know, take a jump, and Sid's just gonna do like a routine, and send you guys flying off to wherever it is that you need to fly off to. Awesome. So you do that. You fly there, and as you finally get to your destination and you do your space fart, you can set up that call with your contact. So you set up the call and everybody kind of goes.
Should I do the hacking first?
Oh, my apologies. Thank you. I just said that and then I forgot. Ollie, so was it the black box you wanted to do first or the data pad that you wanted to do first? Obviously, data
I
pad's
don't
easier.
really care about the data pad, so black box.
Okay. So how do you want to do the black box?
Just as I said, proxy computer.
Okay, so you're more or less the proxy computer that you're going to have to try to set up because you don't have much here that is super powerful. Is you're going to have to either set the ship itself as the proxy or your processor as the proxy.
I'll go through one of the processor towers. There's like 6 of them.
Okay, so
I'll like disconnect it from the rest.
okay, because your processor tower gives you what, 2?
The whole bank of them gives me 2.
Exactly.
I
So-
assume just disconnecting one doesn't change anything for
More
now.
or less what we're doing to make this work is you're making it only a +1 processing tower
For today until we fix it.
unless you can fix it. Exactly. So
Then I will. I'm not even going to roll. I'm just going to use native hacker, which has to be declared beforehand to just succeed
okay.
exactly as intended, unless there is another AI on that thing, in which case we do a opposed skill check.
So VI and no, there is not anything that's so advanced that you have to worry about it. And so you
Not going to come up unless we're trying to hack the Geth.
you do immediately peel away the first layer that's inside there, and so your other processor tower is like whirring and overheating and whatnot, and then Sid's like and presses a button, and all of a sudden the room that you're standing in kind of vents out into space a little bit, and you're like, it's a good thing I don't care about that.
This is suboptimal to our current performance.
And you do peel away the first of 3 layers of protection on this thing as you use.
I'm
that
going to
processing.
hack all 3. Bump, bump, bump.
You're gonna use all 3 of your processing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've got 4 processing at the moment.
Yep. So because you
I
removed
have
one,
max
right?
5.
Okay, cool. So
But
you
now
just
I have 4, so I still have 1.
peeled away all 3 layers. And again, it's one of those things where you guys will notice that in the ship itself, because the processor is of course hooked up to the ship to get its power, the ship itself actually has like lights flickering and stuff like that. For a moment, the weapon system actually comes online for a second as like just a huge whirs of energy. You see the Guardian system, the weapon system comes online and starts like auto-targeting to certain areas, but it doesn't fire or anything. And then eventually the ship kind of like stabilizes, and where you are in the room that you're in, it's like a solid like 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You know what I mean? It's one of those like, it's almost at the temperature where wood would straight combust inside there. You know, and you're holding the thing, and you know, if finally you have all the layers peeled off of it, and you allow the room to kind of like cool down, so you're not overheating the systems or whatever. And finally, you can tap into it, once again using your proxy computer, so in case there's any viruses in there, it'll attack the proxy before it hits you. Do me a favor, can you run me a decryption intelligence check, please, sir?
Oh, I roll 3 for these.
Or, did you already roll? No? Okay.
I've got the submit button under my mouse right now.
Perfect. I meant decryption wisdom check. Thank you.
I'm not wise.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a really good roll. It's a critical success, actually. So, because of the fact that it's a critical success, not only do you notice the fact that there is, in fact, a virus on there meant to just tear apart the system of anything it goes into, and to use that system to transmit its location.
Humans are so paranoid.
To just set like a beacon up to transmit its location, assuming there's a transmitter built in. That one does have a transmitter. Attached to a system's array. But because of your critical success, you actually are able to notice it, and before it really does any damage whatsoever, immediately cut the lines. Just cut the lines entirely and stop it from actually succeeding. So without any other rolls, without any other decryption checks, you stop it from succeeding, and you can find like where it is that you need to hack it to break that down before you try to scan through it again.
Cool.
Would you like to roll a check to bypass the security of this thing? Not the security, but the actual antivirus of this thing. Virus, if I can speak words.
There's many layers of security on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe using my ability would make it more practical.
It was more practical.
Okay.
Do you want to roll, or do you want to use your last ability right now?
No, I'll save it.
Okay.
I'm just surprised it's got this many rolls on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you have to break through 3 like layers first.
I would have mushed some of them together.
Okay, there you go.
Now I got to use my meat dice
Oh.
that aren't good.
Those aren't bad. That's not a bad roll.
They're not an automatic success.
Nope. So your first attempt to hack into the thing is met with failure. So the first
Now,
line
if
of
I
code
actually
you
knew
kind of
there'd be this many, I would have just given myself a +3 intelligence for the rest of the fucking day.
It's not too late. You can still do that. So
No, I can't.
So your first attempt to go in there, you come up with like some way to like an antivirus to try to break down the code, and you send it in there, and this thing just kind of like chews that up and spits it out. The code does not work. Your next roll is going to be met with a -1.
If this fails again, I give up and I stop caring.
Okay.
They can keep their secrets.
Okay.
It's literally that sort of thing when it's like I just disconnect everything. I put it back where I keep it on a shelf.
Perfect. So you disconnect it, and so you were able to hack into past the security that doesn't allow any entrance. But unfortunately, the virus.
Yeah, I guess we still did
to stop
something.
you. Yeah. Maybe somebody else, like the people you're going to give it to, will have a better job of it.
Yeah, I'll just say the rest of them's like getting into that thing would be more dangerous to me than anything else. The bad guys that control that very well might have controlled me if I continued doing that, and then I would have killed you all. That was a joke.
Does Constantini or Carmine react to that?
Carmine laughs.
Hey!
He knows he's full of shit.
That's true. I suggest we get this thing off the ship as fast as possible. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Okay. And as for you, as for the data pad, did you want to try to go with that one? That's obviously going to be far less secure.
I'd have 0 fucks about the data pad.
Okay. Does anybody else want to try to hack into it?
Okay, I take that as
Looks
a
like
no.
Yeah.
I'd consider it if I wasn't so horrible at it.
No, I'll let the
Password.
robot-
The robot said
Handle
doesn't
that.
want to, so then nobody's gonna.
I mean, if you're like, you should do this, and you
I
ask,
would definitely be interested, yes.
if you
Because
actually ask him to do it, he will try, but he doesn't care.
Mhm.
So is that what you're doing? I'll give it like a regular decryption then.
Yeah, like that might give us insight into the situation that we could help to leverage with our employer.
Okay, but I am doing this because you asked politely. But next time,
We appreciate it.
So you actually do hack into the data pad. It's relatively easy to do so. It's standard Alliance quality defenses on there. You're able to break through it, and what you're able to find out is, kind of summing up the information that's there, is that the organization that you just met with arms is an organization that calls itself Cat 6. It's short for Category 6, which is it's called... So Category 6 is actually a name for anybody a part of the Alliance military that was kicked out as part of, for use of illegal drugs or enhancing drugs.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I'm down for these guys being villains. I like that idea.
so they're judging me for not following the rules when they themselves got kicked out for not following the rules. I'm glad I murdered that fucking
Humans
hypocrite.
being hypocritical? I've never... Yeah, I'll relay this. I'll send all the information to like the ship computer, so you can straight send that.
So the information that you find out is that from this, you're able to kind of like ping around some relays of information, so on and so forth. You're able to find out that the group that was actually handling the situation, based off the information that you found, there was a total of 5 of them. 3 of them, obviously, you guys killed. 1 of them is maybe dead or alive. It was there before. And the 5th one was probably the one on the ship that got away. Probably. Who knows? And you know that they were getting their orders directly from somewhere else that happened to be in the same system as you guys. You can tell by the range of the transmissions. But you don't know where it was in the system. Maybe Oliveira, maybe Benning, who knows? But it was somebody else somewhere else in the same system as you guys. You know that they happen to have a lot of funding that comes their way. But you can't find out where that information comes from. And you know that specifically their job was to come here and to make as much money as possible off of this facility, and they've been working on it for a little over a year. And the most recent transmission that was sent to them was more or less, let's close up shop, let's get out of here, we've gotten what we needed. You know what I mean? And so you can imagine that transport that you interrupted was their last transport that left. So the funny part is, the reason why that battle went on for real life, 3 hours of real lifetime for the combat, which is effectively between 2 people, was because you had one person who had tsunami in him, and that tsunami is something that literally makes it so I cannot run away from fear. I just can't. You had somebody else who had an adrenaline pump going, which more or less says, yeah, fear doesn't fear me. So, fear doesn't scare me, sorry. So, the 2 of them were just like, we're too knuckle-headed to run away. We're just going to keep fighting each other forever until one of us dies. Which actually made sense, because usually you would expect somebody to give. But not those 2.
Something's gotta give.
Sane people would flee, but these are no sane people.
Don't do drugs, kids.
So, anyways, that is that.
Ooh.
Oh, and of course you can find out like little bits of information about like the individual crew members and like who they were. But honestly, it's not information that's more important than just
Yeah.
unless you intentionally
Let's say
want
we
to
have
hunt
their
down that
names
5th
on
person.
file and stuff like that now.
Exactly.
Or at least they're like whatever their usernames are.
Exactly. So it's again, and funny enough, actually, all their names. So the name of the squad that went there to attack, it was actually called a knife, I think. Hold on one second. And they are currently. They do not. I cannot remember. Oh, so you know the team leader's name is Katana. They all have names that are named after like bladed weapons of sorts. But an actual like squad or group of them, like you were encountered, I believe it's called a knife. So you guys handled a knife. So because they're edgy.
I can't believe it. Who would name a series of people after an item or an ideology? It's foolish.
Moving on. So you set up your call, ring, ring. You're in your situation room. You set the whole thing up. And the person comes out and he's like, hey, I haven't heard from you guys in a little bit of time. How's things going?
We've managed to recover a treasure trove of information.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can you transfer anything that's not secured documents? You could transfer it over now. And when you say treasure trove, please explain.
We've managed to recover a hidden black box from the facility in which numerous transmissions were being rerouted and things like that. And although we haven't fully managed to be able to peek into it, we did manage to defeat most of the security layers that prevented it from being destroyed and all the viruses that were implanted and so forth. So we should be able to transfer that to you, and your guys would probably be able to get it into a secure location and have a peek in it. And
So you found a black box from this base, and you didn't look inside, right?
Not yet.
we didn't look inside, but we defeated most of the security measures for you.
So you tried to look inside.
We haven't looked inside yet.
You have a really good. You could say your robot looked inside, and they're a virtual intelligence, so it doesn't matter. Actually, good.
Hmm.
Yeah, our virtual intelligence has not looked inside, but he's made sure that it won't be destroyed when you try to look into it.
Okay, it's probably a good thing, because if that's a black box from an Alliance base, I'm sure you were just trying to find the information to be successful on this, and I appreciate your gumption.
Discretion?
But there also could be Alliance secrets on there as well, and you don't want to be the one that's reading the Alliance secrets. That could be a bad thing. So let's just kind of stick to the details of the plan and not try to get ahead of ourselves. So I will arrange for a transport to have that picked up. Do you want same location where you were before? Where's the best place to have you have the transfer happen?
We're currently still in the Arcturus stream.
Oh, are you? Any known stars that you happen to be by?
We just went like a day and a half away from the facility, so we can rendezvous nearby.
Oh, okay. Why don't you actually send me the coordinates of a star that you'd like to do? You probably have to sit tight for about a week or so while I get somebody sent over to you and we can have the transfer happen. And I'm checking reports right now. Seems like nobody knows anything's happened. Oh, there was an accident on the station. Hello. Oh, there was a leak. Oh, that's unfortunate. But while a few were dead, they're being identified right now as they're wearing some paramilitary equipment.
Is this where we can send over the knives?
No, we'll probably wait like half a second and be like... We did also recover a data pad from one of the people who were involved.
Mm-hmm, yep.
We can transfer those right now.
Please, all the information from that would be appreciated. And when the person arrives to do the transfer with you, just for your own safety, of course, please, before you open your door to them, feel free to open comms to me. We'll make sure everything's safe and secure, and we'll be happy to make the transfer. Okay? I'll do my research between now and then to make sure that everything is on the up and up.
All right.
All right, sounds great. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you in about a week's time. Stay safe out there. And now a week has to pass. Before we kind of get into too much, Carmine, do me a favor and roll me 2 electronics checks. This is for maintenance of your suit. You can do this with dexterity or intelligence. Sorry, con or intelligence, because technically that's how maintenance works.
Wait, so con or intelligence for maintenance?
I believe con or intelligence for electronics, yes.
Okay. I'll go with con.
Okay, the second one. Okay, so you're sitting there and trying to repair your suit for some time, and you get a decent amount of it fixed up and everything on the back, so your shields are able to fully come back online, the defenses are able to come fully back online. But you're gonna have to do some more repairs to it so that if it does get heavily attacked again, it doesn't lose its quality. Because remember, when it gains a damaged condition, your DR actually halves. So when you have 5, that'll drop to a 2. So you want to make
Yeah,
sure
but it didn't take enough damage to get below the damage threshold or anything.
You're fine for right now. It's because you were on a grenade. Because you were literally lying on a grenade that I exaggerated.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
that happened.
So you'll be fine. Awesome. So that all happens. Erin and Ollie, is there anything specific your characters want to work on between now and then while you're waiting?
I don't really have enough materials to do anything yet.
Okay.
Nicholas will be tinkering mostly to himself. In the room. I mean, but he's a VI, so it's not that weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll replace my weapon lock
Yeah.
at the entryway of the ship.
Nice.
That's about
Nice.
it. Mm-hmm.
Because you have a week to kill, do you want to stay at the coordinates that you had sent to them and just kind of like, let's just hold
Is there a
up
gas
here?
giant in the system?
Actually, yeah. I would say that there's 2 of them there.
I would say why not scan them.
Okay, perfect.
Go for it.
My other suggestion would be you can also return to the base, but I think you just rather wait till this is 100% before you return there, right?
That's at least productive.
So,
Yeah.
So which one? Return to the base or stay here and search the gas giants?
Stay here, I think.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So
Yeah.
then Sid doesn't have to really worry about making rolls because she's a really good pilot. So Ollie, that's going to be you with your scans. And so just as a reminder, you do 3 scans per planet. Actually, one of them is only going to be 2 scans because it's a much smaller one.
So five rolls altogether
Please
over the
make it.
period of about a week, which is great, which means I get to just dump all my processing. Perception intelligence.
I imagine that you will pretty much always dump processing into this.
Yeah, because there's usually a long period of time. There's no real reason not to.
So the first 3 are going to be for the first planet, and then the next 2 for the second planet.
I'm actually not doing as well as last time.
Ooh, a critical success right there. Hey-oh.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay, so you find nothing of this ancient particle on the second planet, and definitely nothing of value on the second planet. The first planet, you don't find any of this particle that we had just discussed. However, you do in fact find something that's there. So, kind of locked into the atmosphere. You don't know how it is that it's maintaining its balance and whatnot. You don't know how it's maintaining its
Orbit.
Thank you, of where it is, because the systems seem to be powered down offline. The ship seems to be derelict, but there is in fact a ship that is in orbit there. Just like a quick scanning of it, you're like, this is a very old ship, and it's also small. It seems like a fighter ship, but it is old. It is clearly derelict, but somehow, and powered down, somehow locked in orbit of the planet itself.
Nicholas is gonna walk through the ship. It's like dinner time. People are eating on the table, and then just like put his hand on the table, and like a hologram of the ship will just come up in front of Carmine and just point it. It's like derelict ship.
Any life signs on board? As he chows down another bite.
It's cold. I thought it might pique your interest.
I mean, we can always shoot at it, but it's more fun to pull it in and see if there's anything good on board.
And then I'll go and set that up.
Okay.
Go and check it out.
So the plan would be, if you actually want to investigate the ship, is you're going to have to because where it is too dangerous. Like, you're going to have to actually pull it into space so you can get spacewalk onto it.
Do we have a tractor beam?
You do not. But you can still pull things, literally latch things on and whatnot, and pull it that way. So, is that something you want to do now, or do you want to wait until?
Is that gonna take longer than we have to wait?
I would say no, because it took.
Then why not do it, right?
It took 5 days, so you have 2 days left until they show up. So why don't we do that first? So why don't we actually take a break real quick, and when we come back, we're going to check out the derelict ship, and then we're going to have those people come up and have a conversation with you. And
There's
see
a
how we get
monster on
rewarded.
that ship.
See how we get rewarded.
Well, the fun thing is, our social person is not here, so that'll be fun.
Hey!
Remember, it's only a fighter. It's not like it's a...
I'm very friendly.
Sid is here, just not here.
Yeah.
She's not helping.
I honestly hope Frank's okay, because I haven't heard from him at all. But
We've...
I heard from him at 1 in the morning when I said, hey, I'll see everybody in a couple of hours, and that was it. But all right, bye.
He's probably sleeping.